World Championship in Tokyo, Japan. So as you mentioned, Jack is going to give it a shot here to become a European champion. And well, as you said, he's already qualified for Macedos. So quite a competent player here. And Andrea is going to lead with a unicorn.
Yeah, really good start. Obviously, compared with the latest Forbidden Unlimited list, the car is now at 2, but still the deck can do really good stuff. And I saw the Birth. So yes, both Theosis and Birth.
Yeah, pretty strong opening here, and losing a little bit of consistency because of the Forbidden Limited list. But speaking of consistency, I mean, if there's one deck in this matchup that's lost that over Forbidden Limited list, it's Tearlaments, right?
For sure. And it's still here, so it's... I mean, I'm curious to seeing how basically Jack decided to build the deck, and especially as you mentioned, you know, he has quite a few experience in Master Duel, so he does have for sure some time to test this out.
Here, as we can see, there is the big first decision. Do we go for a greedy line? No. It seems like he might just even go for a Rise, and that's it, to play around Nibiru. Because usually what you can do now with the new version of the deck is to just go for a Shangri-La here, and then end on both the Shangri-La and a free material. Yeah. Gonna get rid of 3 cards from the top of the deck, which is huge, because all of the Tearlaments Access fusions are limited to 1. So if those are gone, you don't have access to any of them anymore.
Yeah, really relevant in this matchup when your deck has very so many limited cards, and that's something that can really hurt you in this matchup. It is not a tough. It is a very tough matchup here with just a simple Rise Heart pass. This is going to be quite a boss monster to deal with here, and as you can see, Jack immediately picks up his banish pile here to check if he's hit any of those important tier names.
And yeah, Arise pass actually, with a super polymerization in the end from Jack. That actually could be a really good play from Andreas, not overextending at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really, really good hand I can see here actually from Jack, and it's, you know, a hand that unfortunately can struggle a little bit with Rise Heart, but yeah, that super polymerization could be putting in a decent amount of work here.
So it seems like he has double King of the Swamp, Malicious, and some tiers name, probably a Rhino Heart and a Guido, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a Guido, and
I think he wants to. Yeah.
He just
of what it means to have a turn 1 guy you establish on the field and sit and protect. I mean, classics all the way going back to, you know, Yamato and then Masterpiece, and here we are with the Rise Heart. So they've been changing over the years. That's a good start from Jack. We've got Terraforming for Perla Rhino.
The 5th card actually that saved the day. The rest of the end wasn't amazing, but this opens up a lot of plays with King of the Swamp and Malicious in his hand at the moment, unless the shifter comes down. So I think he's really gonna cross his fingers that that's not happening.
Yeah, Dimension Shifter is an absolute turn-ending card because of just the power of shutting off an entire graveyard for multiple turns, not just the one turn that you drop it on. So graveyard decks do struggle with that.
Gonna activate it, but there is an Ash. Ooh, this could hurt so much.
Oh, no, that's rough.
I think this might be a pass, because there isn't anything else in the end.
No. I mean, we were locked and loaded, right? We had Scream, we had a Malicious Descent off of Shiren potentially.
This could be one of the quickest ones we have seen overall, because he does have King of the Swamp, but the rest of his hand is just a Scream, and then...
Meta Noise?
I think the other one, right? Yeah.
All right, good old King of the Swamp here as the replacement material effect that it has in the graveyard.
I think it's Salic, Scream, and Malicious, yeah. So that's it. He doesn't really have anything else to keep going, and this is brutal. Just gonna set the Saliak and pass back to Andreas, who already has a Fenrir, and picks up another Ash Blossom. Wow.
All right, well, there is Pressure Planet Wraithoth, a great starter card that you want to see in the Kashtira strategy, searching for any monster out of your deck here. Goes for the all-important Unicorn, the main searcher of the deck. Don't forget, Unicorn also has a really important extra deck rip in the same way that Diablosis used to work, in that it can remove really important key pieces of this deck. I mean, I'm looking at...
Yeah, this could be the quickest one we have had after a long and grinded round 1, but Yeah, this could be just game, honestly. If he feels like he can take the risk, maybe doesn't play around, you know, Nibiru or anything like that. He has the tools needed to just OTK here. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's rough, man. When you've opened a hand that just is missing that one all-important combo piece, and you get hit with an Ash Blossom. I mean, sometimes, you know, you can just keep playing anyway. Maybe if you had like a tier like heavy hand, you can just activate the polymerization, maybe do stuff with that. But yeah, that's the issue when you have such a you know, crippled deck from the Forbidden Limitless with all of the cards being at 1.
And now we see a defense position, actually. Rysart gonna banish the top 3 cards face down, and is actually able to destroy the set card, which could be risky because he could give an Avnis to Jack. Yeah.
I never like destroying set cards against Tearlaments.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely skip on it. At the same time, this is actually not the case. This will be on a new chain. Yeah, so as you can see here, new chain occurs. He gets to special summon the Ferrier. And yeah, this could be a risk because... wow.
It's that Ash Blossom on Sulik.
Did he not special summon the Ferrier? Wow.
He didn't, right?
He just added back to the end with the Big Bang.
He's playing quite safe and conservatively.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any reason why we're kind of holding back on pushing?
Not really. To be totally honest with you, if you smell this weakness from your opponent, you're really risking it.
Yeah.
I suppose that's 4 summons, right? So trying to play around Nibiru.
But as you mentioned, even destroying this face down didn't seem like the most...
I guess he was kind of safe because he felt like he's got Ash in hand, so it didn't really matter too much.
But let's see this top deck from Jack. Oh, it's the call by 1 turn too late. That would have been amazing against the Ash. And there is simply nothing he can do. Now the Shangri-La can be activated in the standby phase to destroy the Perle Rhino and to bring a Ferrier or Unicorn to the field. But that's about it in terms of interruptions from Jack. He has nothing going on for him. This is a brutal show of dominance from Andreas.
Yeah, it just goes to show the power of a deck like Kashtira that doesn't have to really do too much just with 1 or 2 cards, but those 1 or 2 cards are really, really powerful, and backed up with non-engine like Ash Blossom, it can really, really hurt a rogue deck like this. Feels crazy to call this a rogue deck this day and age, but wow, it's where we're at.
And unfortunately, just a face down here.
4,800 life points. I mean, there isn't really too much in the way of stopping this here.
And as you see here, he can use in the standby, but I think he missed out on it. Probably activating just the Ferrier in his main phase to search for the Unicorn. And yeah, this seems like it's just a matter of moments until Andreas can switch his cards to attack, enter battle phase, and this could be just the end of this match.
Banishing Perle Rhino face down on the declaration, triggering the Wraithsoft to destroy the call by, locking a zone, and yeah, more than 4,800 damage here.
Absolutely, gonna trigger the Rysart and then use his own planet to destroy once again the face down from Jack.
Well, he gets an early lunch.
Absolutely, absolutely.
There's that to look forward to, you know.
I mean, sometimes it just goes your way, and as you can see here, it just gets back one more card, attacks, and this is enough to win game 2 and the entire match from Andreas, it seems like.
Just double checking the numbers here, potentially. I think
yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, there it is.
And there it is, quick.